Hello fellow Helldivers, Thornton here, and it looks like we might be going back to the creek where it all began with the bots. But along with that, there's some new data mined and leaked information about Cyberstan, which seems pretty interesting. We're going to go over all of that, but without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So, things have been pretty interesting with the automatons recently. They got the new flame troopers, which was a lot of fun, but they unfortunately did fail the last major order, and we are having some trouble with gambits, just being perfectly honest. That being said, it looks like we might actually be going back to Malevolon Creek, where we got first assaulted by the automatons, and they slapped us around quite a lot. This is all going to be so that we can get the Penrose energy siphon to, go ahead and get working so we can stop the Meridian black hole. And honestly, I'm kind of excited about this as Malevolon Creek was one of the funnest campaigns I think we ever did, and it will be cool to go back there. That being said, the automatons are going to continue to get worse and worse, as Iron Sights did let us know that Cyberstan does seem to be the next place we're going to be going to very near in the future. Now, in case you don't know, this is going to be the banner right here of the planet. It shows new Cyberstan, and Iron Sights gave us a little bit of information on the new planet. He said the banner is likely a placeholder for the actual new Cyberstan biome. It is said to be some sort of forest. Some of the values make the planet look like Super Earth, but this is also a placeholder. And in case you didn't know, Cyberstan is listed as the homeworld of the automatons in the API, so this is going to be when we finally bring our assault there after the creek at some point. And that being said, it's going to introduce a ton of new enemies, unlike anything we've seen before. If you thought the flame troopers and the jetpacks were hard enough, it's going to get much worse. There's a new mech assault strider which has been popping up in the files more and more. This is the most current look of it right here. It's an absolutely massive unit. I think it's a little bit bigger than a Hulk, and it's going to give us a lot of problems, but the biggest thing is, well, there's probably going to be the Iron Legion. In fact, in the game files, it says once the stronghold of the cyborg traders, new Cyberstan is now ruled by the Automaton Legion. Advisory: everyone who's ventured into the region has now been forcibly converted into a cybernetic slave and sent back with orders to murder those that they love. And we actually know about 4 different units that are going to come with the Iron Legion when we eventually come to new Cyberstan. There will be the Assault Division right here. It says to expect shock troopers that close the distance fast, which might actually be, a bit of a precursor with the Jetpack Brigade. But along with that, there's something called the Phalanx. The Automaton Phalanx Division operates here. Expect suppressive fire and standoff weapons. If you don't know what a Phalanx is, it's an ancient Greek war strategy. So obviously this will be pretty interesting when this comes in. The hardest one though is going to be the Panzer Division, in my opinion. The Automaton Panzer Division operates here. Expect more armored enemies, so big bulking units, but Panzer is actually a type of tank, and I wonder if we're going to see more tank units be brought in for the automatons alongside this, and hopefully we get that Bastion anti-tank weapon slash vehicle very soon. That would be a ton of fun. It's been in the game files, and we kind of need more vehicles. The FRV is absolutely fantastic, but I want to go ahead and start seeing new stuff added in. And we know this is the Iron Legion because it says the dark and dastardly stronghold of the Automaton Legion, and that's all tied into Cyberstan, and it looks like more and more stuff is going to go ahead and be added into the game files, and it might actually be the first homeworld of an enemy faction that we face. We haven't seen the Terminids yet, and we know a little bit about the Illuminate. We haven't even gotten any new enemy units for the Illuminate, so that probably is going to be a while before we see that. All that being said, that's what you guys be expecting with new Cyberstan, new enemy types, and what happens with Malevolon Creek. Hopefully we go ahead and start knocking out some of these major orders in the very near future. But we're going to go ahead and jump into community clips now. Don't forget to submit your own to me at Thornton Smash on Twitter, but without further ado, let's roll it.
Requesting air support. Reloading. Sending in an eagle. Log outpost. Reloading. Hellbound arm. Clear the area. Dropping item. Ah! Activating jump pack. Stand by for takeoff. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Package acquired. Dropping package. Southeast, 50 meters.
Let me know down below, what are your guys' thoughts on going back to the creek, and how do you feel about the bots and the new Cyberstan planet? Also, don't forget to check out this video right here where I cover more news on Helldivers 2 on the daily. And until next time, everyone, thanks for stopping by. Keep spreading managed democracy.